Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the quarterfinal 4 of Wipro Earthian Sustainability Quiz. This is the 7th edition. 3 quarterfinals done, 3 exciting quizzes, and this brings us to quarterfinal number 4. As you've seen this before, this quarterfinal has got 2 segments, lots of points to score, lots of negatives that could also happen. But before I get into that, I'd like to introduce to you my 4 quarterfinalists. Without further ado, the first of my quarterfinalists, Aditya Ramakrishnan from Vinod Gupta School of Management, IIT Kharagpur. Welcome, Aditya, and best of luck to you. From Aditya, I move on to my second participant, or the second quarterfinalist, number 4, Munal Seth, also from Vinod Gupta School of Management, IIT Kharagpur. Welcome to the show, Mrinal. I hope you've taken time to prepare for it and that preparation bears fruit for you. Best of luck to you, and we will get talking more once we start with the quizzing. Well, let me finish up my quarterfinalists with the penultimate one, which is Nikhil Wobil from SPJN Institute of Management. Nikhil, welcome to the show. Best of luck to you. I hope that smile continues throughout the show with lots of points scored along with those points, along with the smile. And of course, my last and final quarterfinalist in the quarterfinal number 4 is Suraj S. from Jain University School of Sciences. Okay, Suraj, best of luck. Keep that smile going, keep those points going. I want all of you all to keep scoring because that is the important part to it. The winner from this quarterfinal will join the other 3 quarterfinalists in semi-final number 1. So that's going to be a tough pick. Whoever wins this goes on to the semi-final with the added advantage of the Earthian points that they will accumulate. That for later. Let me start off with the rules of the game. The rules of the game are very simple. You've got 2 different segments to this quiz. On the first segment, you're going to get 15 questions. It's generally from the world of sustainability, history, current affairs, etc., etc. Plus 10 if you get it right, minus 5 if you get it wrong. Only one person gets an attempt on a buzzer, and to answer that will be the fastest person on the buzzer. Second segment is going to be very, very tight-knit, which is going to be from the world of climate sciences. 10 questions. They've got sub-segments to it. I will explain the sub-segments when we get to that. Let's begin with the first of my segments. It's called Earthian Sustainability, and here it comes. Segment number 1, and on this segment, all you need to do is take a look at the question, which could be either visual based or text based. Okay, plain and simple. It's a mixed background. 15 questions. Take a look at the question, go on the buzzer, the first person. Until I tell you it's your turn to answer, please do not jump the queue. Give me the right answer, and you get a plus 10. Everybody's good? Any doubts that you have? No doubts that you have. And guys, I'm going to repeat this again, rather reiterate a point. First answer is what will be acceptable. So please, if you have to take 2 seconds, compose yourself, take those 2 seconds and only give me one answer to a question. Because if your first answer is wrong, but the second answer is correct, I will still take the first answer. I'm telling you this even before we start, so there's no dispute later on. Question number 1, but before question number 1, buzzer number 1 is what I want to try, just so that all of us are on the same page. If I can have all of you go for the buzzer, please. Suraj on the buzzer, Aditya, Mrunal, Nikhil. Everybody's on the buzzer. I'm clearing out the buzzers. So don't worry now. We'll go on to the first question coming up for you on your screen now. According to the e-waste management rules of 2016, published in the Gazette of India, an orphan product means non-branded or assembled electrical and electronic equipment as specified in Schedule 1, or those produced by a company with what status, or what kind of company is this? It's a very generic answer. The question sounds complicated. The answer is very, very generic. An orphaned product means non-branded or assembled electrical and electronic equipment as specified on Schedule 1, or those produced by a company of what status? The answer is extremely simple. The question is just complicated. What has happened to the company? Let me put it that way. What has happened to the company that lands up with something called an orphaned product? A product becomes orphan do the backward retro motion or the backward motion to that and give me an answer. What has happened to the company? Logic, guys, nothing to do with having read stuff or gone through gazettes to know the answer to this. Simple, plain, direct logic. No? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one on the buzzer. Okay, no one on the buzzer. Anybody wants to try without the buzzer? No points if you get it right, but no negatives if you get it wrong also. Anybody wants to try? Nobody wants to try. What has happened to the company or the status of the company is a company that has shut down or the company that is no longer in operation. Simple logic. Simple logic. At least they've got smiles on their faces, so I'm okay with that. That's a nice way to open quarterfinal 4. We will move on to the second of my questions. This one is a visual question. Here we go. You need to tell me let's take a look at the visual. You need to tell me a term that was coined in 1994 by Rolf Diesch, when this building, which is his private residence, the heliotrope, as the first of its kind in the world. What kind of a building was this? Anybody on the buzzer? It's a very sustainable term. What the heliotrope is, what kind of a business? Or even if you can explain it, I'll still give you points. Okay, someone's on the buzzer. Nikhil's on the buzzer. Yes, Nikhil.
A heliotrope is a building which generates or captures more energy than it uses.
Good answer. A plus energy or an energy plus, which basically means it generates more than what it uses. Good answer, Nikhil. But when even the last time around, when you missed the question, you had a bigger smile than this when you actually got the answer right. Plus 10. Nice smile. Plus 10 to you, Nikhil. Good way to start this quiz. Let me neutralize the buzzer. And here comes the next question for you all. Okay, I'll just clear the buzzer. Or did you buzz again, Nikhil? No, right? No. Okay. The question on this is, what is the redacted 2 words? I've redacted 2 words from this from this particular letter from the secretary. 2 words have been removed in all 3 places. What are the 2 words that are missing? If you read the subject, you should be able to give me what the 2 words are. Study on dash dash. Anybody? Guys, this is workable. This again is a workable answer. In central business areas or congested areas in Indian cities, what is the 2 words? Oh, someone's gone on this. Mrunal's on the buzzer. Yes, Mrunal.
Electric vehicles.
-5. I think Aditya, not Aditya wanted. The 2, nobody's buzzed, but the look on your faces were like Aditya and Nikhil wanted to answer. No negative marking, guys. You can try still. What could be the 2 words? Or Suraj, if you want to answer. Anybody?
I'm guessing it has to do something with traffic congestion or solutions to traffic congestions or something similar. Regulations maybe, or
study on congestion pricing in central business or congested area. Congestion pricing is what I was talking about. I thought that was workable, but good try though, not a bad try at all. -5 is what you take. We will go on to the next of my questions. Question number 4. What does peer stand for? Slightly tough. Yes, this is slightly tough. It's brought to you by GBCI. So what exactly, even if you tell me which area of operation this is, I can give you what PE stands for. PE stands for performance excellence. Not that that helps. The second E becomes the important part. Which industry or area that we are specifically looking at this certification peer rating system for? Anyone? Oh, Suraj. Yes, Suraj. That look on your face.
Can you hear me?
The
Hello?
look on your... Yeah, I can hear you. But the look
Is it
on your face...
vehicle or emission?
Sorry?
Is it vehicle or emission?
Not emission. It's electricity. Performance, excellence, electricity is what in electricity would have been the right answer, though. -5. Oh, this is starting off a little on the negative. But sometimes what starts off on a back foot can actually be a beautiful swan at the end of it. That again depends on how these guys perform. Question number 5. Here we go. Okay. The World Health Organization has been bringing out these statistics for for this many years. There are 3 words that I've removed from there. What are the 3 words? In all the context is of the context of these 3 words. Someone's on the buzzer. That's Nikhil on the buzzer. Yes, Nikhil.
I'm guessing it's Sustainability Development Goals or SDGs.
Again, that when you answer, you have the serious look on your face, which is more like, I'm giving you a profound answer. Lelo. I'm giving you dakshina of profound answers, and that is the right answer to that. +10 to you. It's based on the SDGs of the Sustainable Development Goals. Very good answer. From 2016 to 2021, WHO has been bringing out these statistics. Good answer to you, Nikhil. Let me clear out the buzzers, and I will go on to question number 6. Hey, Nikhil.
I think I buzzed by mistake. I'm sorry.
Chill. No worries. Wait. Okay, moving on to question number 6. It's that time which we are going to ask question number 6 and on your screen right now. Other common names for which invasive species are Putush in West Bengal, Guful in Assam, and Tairai in Manipur. Suraj on the buzzer. Yes, Suraj.
Is it water hyacinth?
I need a much better answer on that. I can't give it to you on that.
You mean the scientific name?
Pretty much. I'm giving you the common name, so I need a scientific name to it.
I can't recall the scientific.
That's a -5 because I can't give it to you on water hyacinth. Nikhil, yes? No points though.
Yeah, it's a hibiscus, right? So I think it would be Lantana. So something with a C. So it's a
Lantana Camara. Correct. Lantana Camara. I can't give it to you guys on this. Come on. You're in the quarterfinals. Don't make me make it that simple also. Moving on then is question number 7. It's time to move on, and here comes the question for you. Buzzers are open. Let's see what happens. Here comes the question. Introduced in 1973 by Norwegian philosopher and mountaineer Arne Næss, this is a movement of philosophy based on the belief that humans must radically change their relationship to nature from one that values nature solely for its usefulness to human beings to the one that recognizes that nature has an inherent value. What is this movement of philosophy that I'm talking about? It's a simple 2-word answer. Okay, Nikhil on the buzzer. Yes, Nikhil.
Ecocentrism?
Not ecocentrism. -5. Oh, this quarterfinal is getting a little dicey for me. Suraj, you can try, but no points.
Is it anthropogenic activity?
Not anthropogenic. And Munal also went on the buzzer. Munal, you want to try?
No, actually, I impressed it by mistake.
Pressed it by mistake. Okay, the answer to that is deep ecology. Deep ecology. Straightforward, guys. I think you're missing some sitters here. Moving on to the next one. Question number 8. What is this? One of the earliest prototypes ever created for? It was created for a musical keyboard called an organ, but it got used for a very, very different purpose eventually. It's one of the earliest creations or prototypes. It's something that is used extensively in renewable energy today or alternative energy. Look at it. And Aditya on the buzzer. Yes, Aditya.
Windmills?
Is that a guess?
No, the answer.
I like his certainty. +10 to him. Windmills is the right answer. It was created originally for a musical keyboard called the organ, but today it's used completely differently for windmills. And Aditya gets himself 10 points on that answer. Moving on to the next one. Question number 9. 25 years ago, people could be excused for not knowing much or doing much about climate change. Today, we have no excuse. This is a quote about climate change from which famous human rights activist who passed away very, very recently. The globe mourned for his death. Very, very big name. In December, and if I get the date right, don't hold me to this, I'm giving you this from memory. 28th or 29th December is when he passed away, or maybe a little earlier, but it was December. Huge name, human rights activist who did a lot for not only people but also for planet Earth. No? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either they don't want to risk it. Anybody wants to try? No, I won't give you points either way. So you can try if you want. You don't need to go on the buzzer. Anyone? Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Archbishop Desmond Tutu. There is so much written about him in the last 1 month. Come on, guys. This is current affairs. I had to have this in. Great man, did a lot of work. That would have been the answer. Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Okay, then. Question number 10. According to the United Nations Committee on the Subject, which is X, it is defined as a meaning that all people at all times have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their food preferences and dietary needs for an active and healthy life. What is X? United Nations has a separate committee on X. What is X? 2-word answer. Nikhil on the buzzer. Yes.
Food security?
Why do I imagine multiple question marks after that statement of yours?
It's food security, though, is it?
Good answer. Good answer. Food security is the answer. Plus 10 to you, Nikhil. Very, very good answer. I will clear the buzzers out and move to question number 11. Here it goes. In terms of currency in global trade, an average transaction of this yields 272 grams of electronic waste and has generated approximately 112.5 million grams of waste in 2020 alone. 1-word answer. What are we talking about? I thought your generation would pounce on this question. Anybody? Because when I give you the answer, you're going to beat yourself up. Nikhil, still trying? Yes, Nikhil.
I'm guessing it's Bitcoin or cryptocurrency.
He's guessing. He's got his whole body movement happening. He's a little bit of scratches which shows nervousness. He may not be right, but that is the right answer. Sometimes it's okay to guess. It guessed it right. E-waste, which other currency would you think of e-waste? Other than the different cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin being the most obvious of them, Bitcoin being the answer, and Nikhil gets himself another 10 points on that, and he moves to 35 on the leaderboard. Moving on to number 12, question number 12. Okay, there are these bunch of volunteer ladies called Jal Sahelis, who are women volunteers in Bundelkhand, who have been working to construct these structures which they are standing on old ponds to collect rainwater for use in summer and to keep wells and bowells recharged. What are these structures that these Jal Sahelis been building in Bundelkhand? Anybody on the buzzer? Again, it's a straightforward answer. It's not a complicated answer. It's not a technical term. It's a 2-word answer. I'll give it to you on 1 word also. I don't have a problem giving it to you on 1 word. What are they standing on? They build these across old ponds to save water or preserve water. Suraj, yes, Suraj.
Is it dance?
You're asking me, you're telling me.
Is it? It is dance.
It is. These are check dams or smaller versions of dams across ponds. All you needed to do was, doesn't it look like a dam? I mean, come on, guys. The 3 of you who missed this out. Suraj, very, very good answer. Plus 10 to you. These are dams check dams that are being built by Jal Sahelis across Bundelkhand for preserving water. Very good answer. Moving on to the next one. Question 13. Anybody has unlucky number issues? I'm sorry about it. I can't skip a question because it's an unlucky number. Number 13 is the question. And here comes the question for you. Okay. This award that this gentleman's been carrying, it's a TPWF award that has been given out every year. It's called a fragile rhino. Okay. The statue that he's holding is called a fragile rhino. All you need to tell me is, what is a fragile rhino a representation for? it's common sense. It's not technical. It's not scientific names to it. Aditya, yes, Aditya.
Or extinction.
Extinction of animals or them being endangered is what the fragile rhino stands for. I said it's common sense. He gives me a common sense answer, takes himself plus 10 points to it, 20 to Aditya on the earthian points on there. Moving on to my next question, number 14. No, didn't turn out unlucky for Aditya, at least 13. Here we go, question number 14. Okay, slightly long one, so bear with me. Habitat Technology Group has built over 250 of such houses in the areas of Kollam and Alappuzha districts of Kerala in the year 2019 to be specific. What was the reason that they had to build these houses? Anybody? Suraj. Yes, Suraj.
To prevent from flood destruction.
I need a much better answer than that. In the year 2019, it was built. For what reason?
The Kerala floods.
That's all you needed to say. The 2019 floods that happened that resulted in a lot of destruction, which they needed to replace with a lot of capital damage that happened. And these houses are flood resistant and they will help, like you said. Kerala floods is the answer, plus 10 to you. Very, very good answer. Let me neutralize the buzzer. Munal and Nikhil, both of you, those reactions were beautiful on screen there, where you were like, why didn't we go faster? Yes, you need to go faster. Question 15, the last one of this segment, and we'll quickly move on to my next segment, but here comes the last question of segment 1. The Sisa Dash Sanctuary, located in the West Kameng district of Arunachal Pradesh, was the first and until recently the only protected area in the country dedicated to the preservation of naturally growing dash. Both the dashes are the same. What is that one word? Oh, Nikhil. Yes, Nikhil.
Orchid.
This time, I can't really tell whether that's a 50-50 guess kind of an answer.
No, it's an orchid.
Okay, Suraj is challenging you by going on the buzzer. Yes, Suraj, what's your answer?
I actually wanted to say orchid, but I pressed it like I guess
Second
4-5
late.
seconds back.
Okay, 4-5 seconds late. Both of them very confident that is orchid, and that is the right answer. Orchid is the right answer. Plus 10 to you, Nikhil. Good answer. You take yourself a good lead while going into the second segment of this quiz, but let's take a look at the total scores or earthian points at the end of segment 1. Aditya on 20, Mrunal on -5. Mrunal, you can do better than that. Come on. I have more faith in you. Though I've never met you in my life, I have faith in you. I'm sure you can do more than that. Suraj, 10. I think that's a very, very lazy 10. Absolutely lazy 10, because you seem like a guy who can score more, but it's like, boss, ye buzzer press karna, it takes effort. I don't want to press it. Let somebody else answer. Don't do that. Start scoring. 10 points in you. But Nikhil, some outstanding answers. 45 points. You go into a lead of 45 with the lead of 45. You move into a second section or second segment where there are only 10 questions. The beauty of the second segment is, with a weighted average of 2.5 per question that you get right, you get to carry that total into the semi-final. Whoever wins. Right now, it's Nick. I'm specifying as Nikhil because Nikhil is leading. Anybody can take over from there. How many ever right answers you get into 2.5 will be the number that you take forward into the semi-final as an added advantage. The other semi-finalists so far have already managed to get a good advantage. So that's where we stand. Aditya on 20, Mrunal on -5, Nikhil on 45, good advantage, and Suraj on 10. Now is the time for us to move into our second segment. It's called Earthian Climate Sciences. Here it comes. Okay then, Earthian Climate Sciences. This is the thematic round. You're going to get 10 questions. Of the 10, the first 3 are missing boxes questions. By missing boxes, I mean you're going to get a clue and boxes below. If there's only one line of boxes, it means it's a one-word answer. Multiple lines of boxes indicate it's a multiple-word answer. I've thrown in a couple of letters in between to help you answer the questions better. Plus 10 if you get it right, -5 if you get it wrong. Only one person, the fastest from the buzzer, gets a chance to answer the question. Any doubts? No doubts on this. Okay. The next 3 questions after that are lateral thinking or connection questions. You get 3 different elements, put them all together. Give me a final answer, okay? Just give me a final answer. You don't need to give me an explanation. Get it right, plus 10. Get it wrong, minus 5. And the last 4 questions are again a mixed bag of visual and text-based questions. It could be anything on your screen. It could also be multiple choice. So whatever's there on your screen, give me a right answer, get a plus 10. All good, guys? Anybody has doubts? Nobody has doubts. Let me begin our last segment, or segment number 2. We'll start with question number 1 coming up for you on your screen now. All processes that reduce the mass of a glacier, ice sheet, or snow cover. Anybody on the buzzer? One word. I've even given you the starting letter to it. Trust me, you figure the second letter out, you know the answer. You just need to figure the second letter out. Anybody? Plus 10, minus 5. And that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's time out. No more buzzers. The answer there is ablation. A-B-L-A-T-I-O. And like I said, you figured the second letter, that life would have been easy there. Sometimes one letter can be such a criminal there that it does not let you answer. Mind gets blocked. You're not sure if that's the letter. Ablation is the answer. We move on to question number 2. It is the process by which inorganic carbon, particularly in the form of carbon dioxide, is converted to organic compounds by living organisms. The first word is obvious. In the second word, try and zero in on the third letter. The third letter solves all your problems. Oh, someone's on the buzzer. Nikhil, yes.
Carbon fixation, right?
And he again gets back to asking me questions. Boss, that's my job. I get paid for it. Carbon fixation is the right answer. Plus 10 to you. Very, very well done, Nikhil. We'll move on to the next one. But before that, let me clear the buzzer. And before I go to the next question, Suraj, you're again pressing around, say, 4 or 5 seconds after Nikhil presses. You need to be faster, my friend. Don't lose yourself an opportunity of answering questions. Move on to the next one, number 3. One of the 6 greenhouse gases to be mitigated under the Kyoto Protocol, under the future global... Nikhil Munal this time, but Nikhil again beats somebody else to the buzzer. Yes, Nikhil.
Methane.
Good answer. Methane is the right answer, and he makes sure he doesn't add any sort of sentence to it. He just gives me the answer to this one. Plus 10 to you. Good answer, Nikhil. I will neutralize the buzzer, and I will go on to my next portion, which is the lateral thinking. You need to put all 3 of them together. Give me a final answer. None of them are, please understand this, none of them are explanatory answers. They are either 1 word or 2, 3 word type answers, okay? So just try and answer them. Here we go. Oh, here it comes. Two very well-known gentlemen and the words ozone depletion. It's a one long word answer. Let me put it that way. If you want the names, that is James Lovelock on your left, and that is V. Ramanathan on your right. One of the most basic words from climate sciences. Long word, one long word. Anybody on the buzzer? Oh, Nikhil, you've gone on the buzzer. Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm lost track of that. Yes, Nikhil.
I think they're the ones who discovered the ozone hole. So,
what is the one word answer that I'm looking for?
So I thought it's the ozone hole. So
yeah. So what would lead to the ozone hole? You're there, but give me the right answer. It's a one-word answer. One long word. Ozone depletion. I've given you there. I can't give you points on ozone depletion.
Right.
One word, quickly. Come on. Long word. 5, 4. No, Munal. I'll give you a chance to answer. But Nikhil, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, -5. Munal, your turn. No points though, but you can still try.
Increase UV radiation.
Not you. One. I said one word. You increase.
Okay,
Okay, the one word that I was looking for, or would connect all of them, is chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs. Ozone depletion. Where does ozone depletion come from? It happened because of CFCs. Come on, guys. Missing out something so easy is just ridiculous. Okay, next one. This is slightly tougher one. It's a 3-word answer that I'm looking for. Here we go. Best known for his work in cloud condensation nuclei was awarded the prize in 1985? That is the National Medal of Science. Anybody risking this one? So far, no. Nobody's risking this one. And that's the book he's written, Physical Climatology. Very, very big name, very, very famous name. That's why it's a 3-word answer. It's a big name. Big name both literally and metaphorically. No, nobody's risking this. Okay, no buzzers then. Nikhil on the... Okay, you get this wrong, unnecessary negative, but go on. What's your answer?
I'm going to go for a guess here. I think it's Helmut Eric Lanzenberg.
On the last minute, that too taking a... Not that you have anybody chasing you that you need to score those extra points, but this extra point would mean 2.5 weighted average into the semi-final, which was worth every bit of it. Helmut Eric Lanzenberg is the right answer. Plus 10 to you. Outstanding answer, Nikhil. That's a really, really tough question, but it's a very, very good answer. 10 points to Nikhil, and he takes another weighted average earthian point onto the semi-final if he... No, actually, no. There's no ifs and buts here. I can't possibly see anybody else of the three of you cracking the next 4 questions because you won't catch up with him. Would they catch up with him? My math says they wouldn't, unless my math is wrong. Next one, this is again a connection question, 3-word answer. Not a person though, 3-word answer. Here we go. NASA Ames Earth Sciences is where it happened, NASA being the backbone for this, and this happened in 1997, or they created this in 1997. Not easy. This is not an easy one. This is a tough question. Anybody on the buzzer? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No buzzers. Okay. This is, of course, a program of NASA comprising a series of artificial satellites and missions, scientific instruments in Earth orbit designed for long-term global observation of land surface, biosphere, atmosphere, and oceans. The satellite component of the program was launched in 1997. That's why there was 1997 there. And the program is the centerpiece of NASA's Earth Science Enterprise, or the Ames Enterprise there. The answer there is Earth Observing System, or EOS. NASA has something called EOS, which monitors climate, land, atmosphere, oceans, etc. I told you this is a tough one, but I guess 1 or 2 questions I'm allowed to have tough questions, because or else like Henrik Landsberg, which I do not expect anybody to crack, people crack, and I'm like, wait, how is this possible? So things like this happen. So I'm happy that nobody answered this. It's very mean of me to say that, but I'm really happy that no one answered this. Okay, moving on. Let me just neutralize the buzzer. Okay. Number 7. Here on it's text and visual, so it's a mixed bag of questions. What is the branch of science that deals with climates prevalent at particular times in the geological past? If I'm not mistaken, one of you used this word for some other answer also. Suraj. Yes, Suraj.
Is it anthropology?
You should have expanded on that. You went on the same thing that you told me before. It's paleoclimatology. Paleo. How many of you are Friends fans here? Or have you all even watched Friends?
Yeah.
Okay, your generation having watched Friends itself is a little bit of shock for me. I wanted to give Friends as an example, but I thought maybe I'm too old to be giving that example to you guys. -5 though on that. And let me just neutralize the buzzer. Nikhil also went for it. Nikhil, what was your answer? And be honest about it. What was your answer?
I knew it was something climatology, so that's...
Oh, wow. Something climatology. Okay. The question number 9. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Question number 8. What does this graph indicate, or what is it a representation for? I'll add on to that question. This visual describes the effective or collective changes of effects of changes in Earth's movements on its climate over thousands of years. The term is named after a particular Serbian geophysicist and an astronomer. Who is this that I'm talking about? Tough one. I slipped in 2 tough ones into one quarterfinal here. 2-worded name. Okay, no one on the buzzer. I honestly, for this question, I would apologize because this is a tough question. This is Milutin Milankovic. Milutin Milankovic is the person who created this graph, and he's the Serbian geophysicist and astronomer who showed the collective effects of changes in Earth's movements over on climate over thousands of years. This is a huge study that had been done way back in the 1920s. With none of the instrumentation that is available today, the man was still able to create something so epic, is why I wanted to have this question. Moving on to question number 9. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, what was the relationship between global temperature and CO2 levels? Is it A, CO2 levels and global temperature moved independent of each other? Is it B, CO2 levels responded to global temperature changes? Or C, global temperature changes responded to CO2 levels? It's one of the three. It's not even like too much effort. Sorry?
I actually buzzed it.
Yeah. Answer. Sorry.
Option C. It's option C.
Option C. This is what you call asking for trouble. I mean, my system was rebooting slowly, so your name hadn't popped up. And it's not C, it's option B. It's CO2 responding, not the other way around. -5 is what you take. But I love your joy with which you're chilling and answering. That's completely cool for me, and I enjoy that. We will go on to the last of my questions. Yeah, there's nothing else to lose because the differentiation or the score difference is so much that you'd rather go for it and answer questions. Last question. Here we go. In 2019, Oxford Languages chose X as its word of the year, defining it as a situation in which urgent action is required to reduce or halt climate change. Nikhil on the buzzer. Yes, Nikhil.
Climate emergency.
He started it with a bang. He finishes with a bang. Ladies and gentlemen, the one who qualifies on to semi-final one from here would be Nikhil with a lovely answers that he's given us and with a total score of 80 points. Let's have a total look, or rather the final look at Earthian points here on quarterfinal 4. Earthian points looks like this. Aditya, good answering. But one thing I must say, even before I continue with this, I love the fact that all 4 of you smile a lot. That's really nice. And despite the fact that we had a couple of technical errors where you had to wait so much, thank you so much, guys, for being so patient with us and some very, very lovely answers. And Nikhil, especially, please prepare a little more. I think the only thing that could stand between you and making it to the final is the fact that you are a little nervous and you don't take too many risks. That's one thing which I noticed. So take a little bit of risk, prepare some more. You are the champion of quarterfinal 4. You move into semi-final 1. Nikhil from SP Jain Institute of Management and Research with 80 points is our champion. Nothing to take away from the other 3 quarterfinalists. Top 32 from thousands who took part in the prelims to reach top 32. Not a joke at all. Good effort, guys. Very, very good effort. I'm very proud of you guys. But I'm really annoyed with the fact that Munal's on a -5 because he kept trying to answer, but he just landed up with a -5. That's not okay. And Suraj loves the balancing act. He gives me a good answer, gets points on it, and he immediately goes back to take those negatives to negate himself. But that's the fun of quizzing, I guess. Sometimes when you want to have fun, when you know the other person, you can't catch up with the other person. You might as well have fun and enjoy yourself. That's what he did. And thank you so much, all 4 of you. And for all of you watching this at home, this is Wipro earthian Sustainability Quiz, 7th edition, quarterfinal 4. That brings us to the end of this quiz. I'm Lloyd Saldana signing off, and I will see you soon on the next quarterfinal. Till then, take care. See you.